Hey, how are you? It's Sarah from Serenity Reiki. I hope things are going well. Today we're going to talk about signs that your vibration is rising on its own. And whether you've been working hard on raising your vibration or whether it's just happening spontaneously, there are some signs that actually can tell you that, that your vibration is rising. Well, it can be difficult to tell when it's happening to you, but when it's happening to people around you, you can probably pretty much see it. There are a few telltale signs. This is not an absolute list, of course, because everyone is different and the energy affects all of us differently. But usually when we do shift, sometimes it feels like we're thrown into a tornado of chaos and a disaster sometimes, because what we're doing is we're ripping away the old to make room for the new higher vibration. Sometimes, it's years worth of stuff coming off of us, and sometimes it's an easy, gentle raise, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is, you lose your job, your spouse walks out, it's those kind of things that push you into the changes that are needed to raise the vibration. Or sometimes it raises and causes a domino effect of things. You can no longer stay at your present job, or you have to change your major at school. Those things kind of happen when our energy changes. You may find electronics kind of go all crazy too. Generally, this happens to groups of people at a time. It doesn't usually happen to just one individual. So don't feel like you're alone or isolated, because it's probably happening to people all over the world just like you. So if you're shifting, also, it's starting a ripple effect like a stone thrown into a pond. Your energy is affecting the people around you, and it's causing maybe tiny, maybe large shifts to them as well. We talk about that some in spiritual classes. Right now I'm teaching a class on the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra. A lot of the people in the class are seeing ripples happening in their coworkers, their families at home, people at school. They're seeing that happen just because their vibration is rising. It is being a catalyst for change for other people. So you never know. You never know what maybe your coworker is doing that is actually bringing that new higher vibration into your job even. So it's interesting. You may find though that it's kind of confusing when you're in it because suddenly the things that you would normally be buying or consuming, you no longer want or need because they don't fit your new energy level, which makes total sense when you look at it that way. But like I say, when it's happening to you, it kind of feels like you're in a tornado. So here are a few signs that may show that your energy is raising. You may find that your sleep patterns have gone really crazy. You may be waking up early, you may be going to bed earlier, or you may not be able to sleep at all. You may find that suddenly you have to sleep and sleep now, this minute, almost like, like a child, like a toddler, how they'll be playing and then all of a sudden they'll just fall over asleep. You may actually experience some of that. So just be kinder to yourself and let people know that you're tired or that you are more awake than normal, so don't worry about you, okay? And you may also notice you are less tolerant of superficial social interactions. They can be quite taxing, they can drain you, and they can annoy you because it's really hard to connect to people who are coming from a different energy vibration. And it's not a judgment thing. It's not thinking you're better than someone else. It's not judging someone as more educated or more evolved. It's not about that. It's simply about frequencies. I mean, they're just talking about things that you no longer care about. You could care less about, say, television shows that you were really a big fan of last week, or music, or food, or religion, or whatever. Everything has shifted for you, and you're really excited to talk about these new things, but perhaps no one in your circle can relate to what you're saying, or is interested in what you're talking about, and they just want to talk about trivial things. And you may be and less patience for the fluffy conversations. You may also find yourself turning into a bookworm. You are gobbling up spiritual books, classes, podcasts, articles, movies, anything you can find at a huge rate, and you are just really addicted to it, and you need more. You're on YouTube to late hours of the night. You're looking for information, and that is completely normal too, because your logical mind is trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Some of the stuff that you see on television most of it has a grain of truth and is been, of course, made more dramatic so that it would be more interesting. So you're seeing the truth in some of these things, and they are sparking an interest in things you've maybe never cared about, whether it's tarot cards or whether it is channeling or whether it's Reiki, whatever it may be. Suddenly you're very interested in it and you want to know more. And that's great because you are expanding. You're expanding your mind. You're looking for truths. The one thing I would say, though, with that is always, no matter what it is, look at it with discernment. Okay? Because, like I say, especially on television, there is usually a grain of truth in some of the stuff, but it has to become more dramatic to hold people's attention. It's why I don't film videos of me doing Reiki, because unless you're getting Reiki or giving Reiki, it's kind of boring to watch. I mean, you know, there is really very little thunder and lightning, you know? So, yeah, just keep that in mind. And you may notice that you find yourself running away from people that are negative. You have absolutely no tolerance for people complaining, gossiping, judging others, being petty, being victims. You just can't handle it. And that goes back to the social interaction as well. You no longer have time to hear people that are negative, because the world is opening up for you in a beautiful, wondrous way. And you're all about the magic now. You're all about seeing that the beauty in life and wanting to know more and wanting more of this feeling. Yeah, you don't want to just sit around, drink wine, and bitch. That's not something on your to-do list anymore. And it may have been something that you did regularly with your friends, and now you just can't do it. And the best way to handle that is just tell them. Just tell them that's not where you're at right now. It's not about them, it's about you. And if they are your friends, you know, they'll understand that you're going through something, and they'll still be there as friends, even though your closeness may change. You may also find that you can no longer watch the news, listen to talk radio, read newspapers. You have no interest in reading gossip magazines, watching reality TV, or watching things that are overly violent or overly dramatic on television or in movies. Anything like that is just irrelevant to you and worthless, even though watching these films or these television programs might have been your thing previously. And that's okay. This is happening because you are just changing, and that's all right. And that also is because it no longer matches your vibration, and it's not what you're about. You're not really so much wrapped up in seeing other people's lives. You're out chasing magic and working on personal development. And because of this, though, you may find that your job, your living arrangement, your friends, your entire world no longer fits with the interests that you now have. Now, I'm not saying that, yeah, this is a sign you should move to Sedona, but, you know, Sedona is lovely. In the beginning especially, I tell people take it slow. Take it really slow and take it down a level. Read as much as you can, watch as much as you can, find spiritual people to talk to, and take some classes. There is a lot of information, and thanks to the internet, there's a lot of information that you can get for free. So instead of having to, you know, go to Tibet and climb that mountain, you can sit home and you can read and you can take notes. Pick one thing that interests you and start there. There's a lot of stuff. You could spend a lifetime studying just the woo-woo stuff. You could spend a lifetime studying, you know, traditional Chinese medicine, studying astrology, studying numerology, studying, you know, card reading. There's lots of stuff. The crystals, there's so much information. But go slow. As you do, then, and take a few classes online, go to some shops, attend healing circles or other get-togethers that people are having, you will meet other like-minded people. And some of them will resonate with you and some of them won't, because not everyone in the spiritual community is at the same spot that you're in. And that's okay, because it would be boring if they were, right? Yeah, I mean, just take it slow and enjoy the ride. There are also physical symptoms that usually go hand in hand with this too, but I'm not going to get into it in this video. But yeah, welcome. Welcome to the spiritual community if you're new. And if you're not, if you are leveling up, hey, congratulations. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. I want to know what else is happening to you or what happens to you that lets you know that you're in the process of leveling up. I do want to say one more thing before I end this video. You're not alone. You're not alone if you're going through any of this. This is completely normal and people everywhere go through it. If you're worried though, go see a doctor. Yes, definitely. Go see your GP. Tell them what's going on. And don't worry, this too shall pass and things will level out again. Okay? Reiki blessings. Be sure if you haven't already, hit that button and subscribe. Speak soon. Bye-bye.